All right, episode 26, everybody. Welcome back. This episode, we had a returning guest, actually, Brandon Nelson. He came back on. Normally we talk abstract things with him, spirituality. The last one was on religion a little bit. He's my go to guy for that. um, but also, me and Kevin are thinking about children here in the corner, so we wanted to talk a little more concrete. So we had him on. Kevin?
Yeah, so Brandon has a young daughter, and we figured he'd be the perfect guy to ask about a lot of these questions because, one, he is going through it, and so he's going to know a little bit about what he's talking about. So we only wanted to get into kind of homeschooling, a little bit of what he had done differently, and then kind of the plan for his kids moving forward because we all know parenting doesn't come with an instruction manual. So just anyone we trust, get information from them, and hope it all works out. So thanks again, Brandon, for coming on the show, and let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Enjoy. And we're live. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, Brandon. I'm very excited. Got a new year here, 2023. Feeling good. Brandon, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man.
Good, man.
Other than I am in pain. I broke my back. Yeah,
Sure,
broke my
surely
back.
there's no correlation between that and the
Yeah.
Army. We won't
No.
make those.
That's impossible.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Kev,
well-
how we feeling over there, big fella?
I'm
How's your
feeling
back?
good.
How's your back?
My back feels phenomenal. Better than Brandon's, and I'm glad that my back is just feeling great. I'm looking forward to get into this. No,
Yeah, I'm
actually,
glad
dude, my
for you,
back,
man.
my back kind of hurts, bro.
Oh,
I'm-
damn it.
I'm at like a 2 out of 10. But
Yes.
I'm gonna make do. I'm gonna drive on, bro. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Oh yeah, no, my shit's not service related.
oh yeah, mine is.
Yeah.
No, mine is. I'm broken. Your back's feeling better than mine too.
No,
so
you're
be
good because
grateful.
it happened. It happened while you were in. Bro.
Well,
That's
yeah,
all
that.
matters.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
and then I was telling both of you about my knee issue. I fractured my knee when I was like 13 years old playing hockey. Put it in like a cast for a couple weeks, and then I never did anything for like rehab or physical therapy. So now my knee just hurts so bad. My left knee, the lateral movements are just brutal.
That's why you have
Really?
2 knees,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, that's why the good Lord gave you two.
Amen. Always got an extra.
No, but we've been hanging out a little bit before the podcast, talking a little bit. Touched on parenting.
Yeah. We were
Brandon.
talking about homeschooling.
Yeah,
I'm
so
actually kind of like what you said you're kind of thinking about doing homeschooling.
yeah,
What-
I'm not thinking about it. I would definitely like to do it for at least my first child because there's just too much agenda in public school. I love the community. I love like getting my children exposed. I think the exposure's nice, but I don't think it's worth it for the criteria given. And it's kind of bad because my father and sister are both in the education field. My father is the greatest elementary science teacher to live, man. It's like if Neil deGrasse Tyson was an elementary school teacher, just so
Right.
overqualified. And then my sister's an English teacher, and especially with my father because he has so many interests in science. Let's say he's teaching a chemistry class, he can only go over these things and then test these things. He's been the number one on the charts, number one in his school districts for years now. With his kids' testing numbers are through the roof. So the dude cares about teaching, and he cares. It's a dime a dozen. I'm sure he wouldn't say that, but it also restricts a lot where you live. If you're going to put your children in school, you have to find the right place to live. That's like the number one thing everyone looks for when you're buying a house.
Well, and 2, like for every teacher, like your dad or your sister, or like my uncle. Shout out to Uncle Eric.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, shout out to
How
Uncle Eric,
many
man.
how many bad teachers are there for every one of those phenomenal teachers?
Yeah.
How many teachers can you remember that honestly made a difference in your life, Trevor? I can think of probably 1 or 2.
Man, I hope Dr. Fossey sees this someday. I think about this man every time I hear quantum mechanics because he was trying to explain it to me when I was a freshman in high school.
You said his name is what?
It's Mr. Fossey. I
I
want to
thought you
say it's
said
doctor.
Fauci, but-
No, I want to
Yeah,
say
I
it's
did
doctor
too.
now. No, it's Mr. Fossey. He's a shorter ginger man with glasses, man. Dude, he changed my life, man. I will say that. I think
Yeah.
about it every time I hear quantum mechanics. Every math teacher I've had, I remember. I could almost go through the list of their names.
But
Most of
how
them.
many teachers though are you just like this person's a fucking
Yeah,
loser?
but for every math teacher I had, there was a English teacher or language arts teacher that I was like, Jesus Christ, like But it's not even
And-
just that. That matters a lot. The teacher matters a lot, but also the criteria. I think I would offer my child a lot more valuable information than the school system would, and that's my biggest thing.
It's like a time thing too. Like I think a lot of public school, because at the end of the day, public school is state-sponsored education, right? Like the government runs it.
Yep.
And I think a lot of what they're trying to do is not educate your kids, but get them used to working all day.
Yep. 9 to 5.
Because
Yeah.
I could probably homeschool my kid, a day's worth of material in a normal school in probably 2 hours.
For sure.
Absolutely.
If it's just me and my kids, bro, like how many times were you in class, like, and some other kid needed help and you were just sitting
And you're
there?
just like, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah. Or
Not
like
doing
you
nothing.
needed some extra help. And like when that happened to me, I felt bad because no one else is learning. It's
Sure,
like just
surely there's
me.
no correlation between that and ADD.
No, bro.
Right.
That
You know what I'm
was a
saying?
huge thing. Dude.
Like if I'm just sitting there while you got to answer this fool's question, and that's what I'm saying. Like if your school, I was very fortunate in the high school I grew up in, the area I grew up in. They offered every class you could imagine, not almost collegiate level classes. So I was very fortunate. But when I moved here to Florida, I was like back to freshman year almost. Just in the course material I was taking, it was that bad. So it restricts where you live, and now I can't, But
Yeah.
my girlfriend, one of her biggest counterpoints, and it's a lot of people's biggest counterpoint, is the socialization aspect. Public school is basically just healthcare, or not healthcare, daycare for your children. In my eyes, it pretty much just is, and then they just shove whatever they want down their throats. You got to pray you get a good enough teacher.
Yeah. I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
finding the socialization is important, but once I posted that somewhere, and there was like 3 people that homeschool their children. All 3 of them said they're in a community in the neighborhood or whatever is a great community
Most people
for the
that
children.
don't homeschool, that's normally their first question is like, how are you going to get social interaction? Because
Yeah.
they're gonna be socially awkward when they're older. They're not gonna be able to talk to kids, and it's like
Yeah.
you're unaware. There's so many different programs, and especially like being in the military, like there's so many free programs and shit that you can put your kid in, and like you were talking about with the time you need for school, Kev. Like, yeah, you're in a normal school, you're in school for like 8-9 hours a day, but there's statistics of like what an elementary kid, like how many hours a day you need, and it's like 30 minutes to an hour. And then as you get older, like you need a little bit more time for school, but you only need a couple hours a day for education, and then the rest of the day you need like the social interactions, like have time for
Life experience.
activities. Exactly. And
Yeah.
like learning normal like shit around the house.
Yeah.
Like my kid she's almost 3 and she's very, very involved with what we're doing, which is a blessing and a curse because it's annoying when you're trying to get something done and there's a 3-year-old just trying to help you do shit and it's just not making it any better. But at the same time, I'm glad she's so interested in learning how to do it because she's going to be so independent at a young age. And that's what I want in my kid before putting them in. If I was going to put them in public school, I would want them to be extremely independent before putting them in public school.
Yeah.
Because they need to know who they are before going to this.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
a tough thing is I want to homeschool and I'm making that decision to homeschool. My wife's fully on board with it. But there's going to come a point where she's probably going to want to go to public school at some point. And it's like,
Yeah.
I can tell her my opinions and views on public school and what I think of it. But truly, if she really wants to go, she has to go and experience
It's
it.
normally around the high school age. Like
Yeah,
half, like
yeah,
when you can drive is when the kid's like, okay,
yeah,
maybe I should try out school.
yeah.
I don't think that would happen.
Hey,
And
I
I'll
mean,
You
I
tell
wouldn't
you
know a
want to
why.
couple
go
people.
to.
I'll
Shout out
tell
to
you why.
Ryan if he's listening. Ryan Smith, the Smith family. Shout out to them. They were the first real homeschool family that like opened my eyes up to it. A great
So
family.
you remember like when we were kids, right? Like the public school kids were all kind of normal, and like the homeschool kids were just kind of weird.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
Weird. I don't know how else to
Yeah.
describe. Just kind of weird, right?
It's kind of weird.
I could see that easily changing now to where the homeschool kids are going to be the normal ones,
Oh yeah.
and the
Oh yeah.
public school kids are going to be these far left activists who are just these screeching banshees. So
Yeah.
when your daughter becomes 14, right, and she interacts with these people that are, kind of insane in her eyes, I could see her seeing that and saying, I see the public schools and I see what they're
I
doing to
want to
these
go
kids,
home.
and I do not want to do that. I want to go back to my place, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I heard an idea about like homeschooling where like if you had like a community of people, right? Like say fucking Trevor knows math and like
Oh
fucking
yeah.
PE, right? I could teach them writing, and Brandon, you could teach them like history or something else, right?
Sure.
But like it would just be me teaching them one thing, Trevor, you teaching them something else, and like Brandon, you teach them something else.
Now you know
That
they're
I think-
teachers.
And they have communities like that, like
Yeah.
in your neighborhood and
Yeah.
shit, where like a parent will take all the kids for a day and teach them something,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
they'll take turns and switch on and off.
And because kids need to learn those social skills, I think, more than anything. Like I learned way
That's-
more
yeah.
about people in summer camp than I did in school. Like to me, knowing the Pythagorean theorem is kind of nonsense.
A squared
Or
plus
like-
B squared equals C
Yeah.
squared, baby.
Thank God. Yeah. Or like
Keep it in
I
there.
don't need to know every element on the periodic table, but I do need to
Mhm.
know how people interact with each other. When someone's upset, what do they look like? When I'm being
Yeah.
lied to, what's happening?
Right.
Like I learned way
And
more.
That was
about
my
summer
biggest
camp.
thing. How come I didn't learn when I was being lied to until too late?
I don't know.
That's a good thing
You
to go
see?
in.
So, and I think people would argue that like kids need that exposure. I think we can agree kids do need that exposure. But I think putting them in an environment like public school, where not every kid is going to thrive. Like some kids are going to excel. Some kids are going to do great, and it's based on how they were raised and how they take in information, how they learn. That's great for them. But some people are not going to do very good, and that's in the building years of their life. So by the time they're 18 and they're ready to go explore the world, they've already been so like beaten in high school. And not everybody, but some people are bullied. Some people don't get enough attention from the
Oh, yeah.
teacher. You know what I mean? Like people they aren't as successful as they can be by the time they're
Yeah,
at the age and go explore the world.
and especially for me, like I've definitely learned now being in college. I I want a relationship with my teacher. I want to I want to know who they are. Like when I went to my last psych class, it was my first class of the semester. I showed up. My teacher, I don't know where she's from because I went to the wrong class actually, so I had to go to the other class. So she said she didn't introduce herself anyways, so I don't know where she's from. It's got to be some African place. I'm not entirely sure. She has the African accent. And I just want to know more. I want to know who you are, where you come from, and what you're going to be teaching me. I want to know your stances and your viewpoints. I want more of a relationship with the teacher. I don't want to be just sitting in the class listening to whatever you're talking about,
Mm.
And that's what public school it feels like, at least.
Like to me, public school, like I can see why people would think that it has the leg up as far as social interactions are, right? But those interactions, they're so regulated now. Like, can kids, go out and like roughhouse on the playground like they used to? I mean, I
Yeah,
doubt
exactly. Yeah.
it. Can we call each other like, fuckheads and shit? Like, probably not now. It probably gets sent
Probably
to the
not.
principal's office, bro.
I called everyone a stupid idiot.
Good luck making a joke that's fucking even slightly off color. Like,
Oh, my little
Yeah.
brother said he was gonna kill someone if the dude messed with him. He was getting bullied. Messed with him again. And he said, "Dude, keep messing with me. I'm gonna kill you." like angry. He was like 10 years old in 2nd grade, and he got suspended. And they called
Oh,
my
yeah,
mom.
bro.
It was a whole mess. That was 15 years ago or something now. So
You want to
it's
know?
gotten even worse.
You want to know what I got in trouble for in school, bro? Real quick,
Go ahead,
is
bro.
my friend told me, not my friend, this kid. He's like, Kev, it's impossible to headbang with your mouth open, and I. I go, I know what you're gonna call me a cocksucker. And the teacher hears me, he's like, Kevin, what'd you say? And I'm like, oh my God, dude. Like, this is like what I said. He's gonna call me a cocksucker. He calls my mom, bro. Like, that
Oh
shouldn't happen.
no.
Like, I'm not saying this like in a malicious way, bro.
He's just gonna do it. Watch it. Watch. Watch
Yo,
what he wants me to do. Watch what he wants me to do.
yeah, I say, yeah, Mister, yeah.
Like
Like,
to him.
like I like the kind of freedom that you get with homeschooling and like being able to decide what the rules are.
Oh
You
man,
know?
yeah,
Yeah.
and I can't say the interaction's gotten any better because now my sister's school, it's insane what they could do. They just found a knife at this school, but it was under 4 inches, so the kid just was told not to bring it again or some shit like that. Like
Wow.
he got like in school suspension instead of out of school or something like that because it was only this big instead of this big. Like what the hell?
Mm.
What are we calling it then? If it's not a knife under 4 inches, what's a knife? What is a knife under 4 inches? It's crazy now. At least in Florida. That's maybe I shouldn't say where it's at because I don't know if she get in trouble. But
Probably not, dude.
bro, Kevin, I sent you what that student wrote her, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, do you think I could say that on here?
No.
No.
That it's gonna tell. Yeah, you're gonna say
Okay.
it. They're
Okay.
gonna-
All right. Yeah, no,
It-
they wouldn't know.
That's bro. That's
It's
what
crazy,
my uncle
man.
was telling me though. Is like he teaches in a real low income area, right? And
Yeah.
like the amount of these kids who's like they grow up around crime,
Oh, it's
like drugs.
horrible. Yeah.
The dad, if he's there, he's hitting the mom and fucking
Yep.
going and running.
That's
off
like
the
all
baby.
her school is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Low
like,
income.
bro,
Yep.
that is just. I don't know what you do about that, dude.
Yeah. Well,
That's like
we got to get my
cultural.
father on to talk about that because he's still somehow getting the highest scores in the districts with kids like this. So
Yeah.
maybe we should just
I
have.
was going to ask since you brought your dad back. Have you talked to him about you wanting to homeschool, and how does he feel about it? Like, I'm sure he.
My dad's always been very open to whatever I wanted to do. We haven't talked too in depth about it, but he was like, yeah, I mean, that's what you wanted to
Yeah.
do. He sees both sides of it. You know, he's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I
Yeah.
get why you would want to do that. I understand. Like, school nowadays is kind of crazy. And then,
Yeah.
like the other day, he called me talking about what he taught and what he quizzed on or something like that, and what he couldn't teach or something crazy like that. And I was like, see, Dad, that's why I want my kid not to be in there.
Like he
Yeah.
can't teach shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Like
the
what?
board gives him a list of what you can teach. Here you go. This is what the kids need to be studied on, and this is what this test needs to have on it.
You see, that to me,
And then he teaches.
is-
Then he does the backwards engineering and teaches from there because he's smart
that
enough
to
to do
me is asking for like historical revision. If this school board can hand you a list of curriculum, right, and says you can't teach this,
that. No.
There's
It's not you can't teach this. It's you will teach this.
okay, so well, it's the same shit. So I'm not going to say, okay, you can't teach kids how great America is. The opposite of that would be me saying
Yeah.
you have to teach kids that America is an evil place.
Yeah.
That
Something.
we're
Yeah.
founded off of poor morals, let's say, and that this country is intrinsically evil and racist. Because I've seen there's a Twitter page I follow called Libs of TikTok.
Hey, shout out to
TikTok, bro.
Lips TikTok.
And she'll post these videos, and they're like a lot of school teachers, right? It'll be like a school teacher, and she'll say this shit like, she's like letting the kids change their pronouns, but like without telling the parents. So like she's basically keeping it a secret from the parents about what she's teaching the kid. And I'm like, bro, what does that do to a kid's mind? He goes to school for 8 hours a day, thinks that he's a girl, and then gets home, and it's just like nothing happened there.
Yep.
And another grown adult is like allowing that confusion to happen.
Not allowing.
Yeah.
persuading them to be confused. Like that
Yeah.
is like you
Yeah.
bringing it up. Like I don't
Yeah.
know if you've seen like the pictures or the memes or whatever you want to call them of like the two. There's a white kid and a black kid holding hands playing together, and it's saying like they don't know until they're older because we indoctrinate them. Like we literally tell them, you know, this shouldn't be happening. You know, white people hate the black people, shit like that. Like we
Like
indoctrinate them. We tell them. We persuade them to believe it's true
it's like if
through fear.
as if growing up wasn't confusing enough already, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now you don't even know the most fundamental aspect of your makeup. You don't know if you're a boy or a girl.
Bro, I don't know how
Think
many times like I checked my body going through puberty, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like I was getting like there's I don't know what it's called, but it's so that your chest grows, and there's like little balls under your nipple. It's a common thing, and when I felt that, I was like, what the fuck is this? Imagine me.
gyno?
I don't know, but it like developed under my nipple, and I was like, imagine going to school and now someone's saying, oh yeah, that's because you could change into a girl, and just flip that right on over. Some shit like
and
that.
The kid's like 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like 13. Figure like what the fuck's going on?
No,
Yeah.
so
Right.
like in my mind, I can either dice it and trust that the state is not going to teach my kids that crap, which I don't. Or I can be proactive and say, you know, fuck the state. I'm going to teach my kids what they should know.
Yeah.
And to me, that's the biggest benefit because, like, I mean, I've heard stories about people sending their kids off to college even, and they escape and they're like fucking radical communists now.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
I got friends back in Colorado that went to college out there, and fucking a lot of them didn't even like me because like I joined the army and they thought I was some, you know, kind of person. But it's like you don't know me, bro. Like you're just regurgitating what someone else has told you to think. It's not even an original thought, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like these people like they'll ask you for a source on shit, right? Like Brandon, you could say that the sky is blue. I say, what's the source on that? It's like you're missing the most fundamental part of gathering evidence. It's just observation, you know?
Mhm.
Like I can look up and see the sky is blue. I don't need a source for that, dude. Like,
Mhm.
is anyone having an original thought
Actually,
now?
me and my dad were just talking about this because Charlie Kirk, the political commentator, hasn't gone to college, didn't graduate, just as well articulated through reading, writing, whatever it is. And it's like, why would I believe you? You don't have the credentials to back it up. Or what do you mean? Why do you need to? What do you, like? Why can't I do
Yeah.
my own research or come up with my own thought and tell you,
Mhm.
look, this is what's going on right now. I just read this book. This is what's going on. Okay, well, what book is it? Okay, well then I'll just have to read it. Well, what the fuck? I just told you I read the book.
But you know why people
Yeah.
think that way though is because their whole life they were taught if someone has these letters after their name, you cannot question them. If someone's an expert in their field, they can never be wrong.
Yeah,
Mhm.
You're not supposed to formulate your own opinions. You're supposed to memorize what I tell you and regurgitate.
oh, dude, that goes back to
Bro,
my English class too. Go ahead, Brandon.
I was gonna ask, have you guys seen the movie Don't Look Up yet?
No, my
I
cousin don't.
heard of
My
it,
cousin told me
bro.
not to.
Dude,
I
I
heard
want to
of it, but I
say
didn't want to watch it.
I think it's on Netflix, and
Yeah,
it's a little cheesy. It's got Leonardo DiCaprio in it, and
it's got a
it's a little
bunch of people
cheesy,
in it.
but yeah, it does. But what you're talking about, like with the sky, it's like the whole. So they claim that a meteor is gonna come hit Earth, and they're telling everybody. They're trying to get the news out, and of course the media is like shutting it down. Like, no, let's not tell everyone that. And so eventually, there's the two sides. There's the people that are like, just look up, and there's the people that are like, no, don't look up. So of course, the don't look up people are like listening to the media, listening to the politicians, and I forget the actress, but she plays the president. And you, oh, uh, who's the other guy? Jonah Hill is in it
Yeah, that's what I
as
was
one
gonna
of.
say.
He's like chief of staff or something, which is just hilarious to see. But of course, they're
Jonah
just trying to
Hill.
like, yeah, of course they're just trying to not brainwash, but
Jennifer
manipulate and
Lawrence.
show like it's like the world's not going to end. And then there's a scene where everyone's all crowded. There's like a little mob, and one dude finally looks up and sees the meteor coming, and he's like, "They lied to us." And I saw that, and I was like, "Bro, like they're literally talking about don't look up in the sky. Like you can't see this meteor coming towards you. Like all it took for you was just to look up and
don't
see it,
don't look over at
and
Ukraine.
this whole debate would have been settled. You
But
know,
people don't look up though. It's
they
fucking
don't.
true.
They
Hello.
don't. They're glued to the news. They're glued to their phone, and you got to put the phone down and just look at life.
Hey, this
Like,
goes into New Year's resolutions. Oh, the real goals versus the fake New Year resolution ones.
You got a fake goal,
Man.
bro.
Well, no, just like the people out there that are like the gym people. Oh, let me join the gym for
Yeah, those
the
January gym
the
goers.
first 2 weeks of January.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I see. Let me tell you how I kind of see the world is that Christmas holidays comes up and everyone's off of work a little bit. You're hanging out with friends more and family, and you're hearing like all these things that everyone's doing. So it makes you kind of like motivated to, hey, New Year's around the corner. Let's do something
Let's
new.
change
Let's
something.
be a completely new person. Start going to the gym and start eating healthy and reading more. But I feel like a lot of people lack the the discipline to keep doing it because it's easy to make that decision in your head, like, oh, I'm gonna do this starting January 1st. Which right there you're already fucked because you're giving yourself a date that
Yeah.
you're gonna start something. Like if you're gonna start something, you might as well you've already made the decision to start. Just start doing it now. Don't wait until January 1st is not gonna make any difference. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna get to January 1st and you're gonna start doing those things and you're gonna realize this shit hurts. This shit sucks. I hate eating like this. I hate going to the gym. I hate waking up
I have to cook
so early in the
every
morning.
day.
Yeah, what the fuck is
That
this?
means I have to
And
do the
that
dishes
is
every
going to
day.
for majority of the population that is, I hate to say weak-minded, but they don't have that strength to keep going. You know what I
Oh.
mean? Like you're gonna get
Where do
hit
you find
and you're
your
gonna come.
strength to keep going?
So my goals started like 4 months ago. I did not wait. Um, I kind of just decided that I was gonna start waking up early. It started with waking up early. It was like
I
whether I go to
remember
the
you
gym or not, I'm
calling
gonna
me
get
about
up
this.
early.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm just gonna get consistent in waking up early and I'm gonna have an hour to myself to just fucking be calm and quiet and do whatever I want. And then I got into, okay, now I'm gonna go to the gym. And it's not this I used to throw myself in the gym and fucking lift as much as I can and oh I know I can do this. This is my ego talking, see everyone else lifting big weights and I can do that.
Mhm.
And I would destroy myself. So my second thing that I would do was, okay, I'm just going to go to the gym and make that consistent. And when I would lift weights, I'm going to start small. I was talking to Kev about this earlier. Starting small, and don't be afraid to look like a little noodle lifting, 135 pounds. Like start small, build the foundation. And now I feel fucking great. I'm going to the gym 6 days a week and I feel great other than my back being broken.
No, I think a lot of it is like people get so wrapped up in like comparing themselves to other people, right?
Yeah.
And they want to do everything perfect, let's say. Like if I'm going to the gym, right? That's probably the easiest New Year's resolution. That's what most people want to do, right? Lose weight. Is like they go to the gym and they see all these fit, like if it's a woman, they see all these hot chicks, or for us, they see all these jack dudes like Trevor, and they're like, okay, I want to look like that, right? So they start
Don't
eating
we
nothing
all?
but chicken breast, rice, and broccoli, and going way too hard in the gym, not in a smart way, just exhausting themselves. It's like they're stressing themselves unproductive, right? Like if I lit myself on fire, I would be stressed. My body would be, but I wouldn't burn any muscle or build any muscle, right? So it's like they're stressing their body in the wrong way and they're not seeing any
Mm-hmm.
benefit from it because they're trying to be so perfect. It's like you could keep this resolution up if instead of trying to go lift weights and eat nothing but chicken and broccoli, you just walked an hour each day, kept your
Yeah.
diet the exact same, just
Yeah.
cut out
That's
sugar
like
less,
Jordan
cut out
Peterson.
soda.
Jordan Peterson shit is like just start with a small achievable goal. That's all you have
Yeah.
to do. Just something
Small
small.
change.
You can like my I gotta fix mine. I'm trying to do like 100 push-ups or 100. I wanted to do sit-ups, but it started breaking my back. So I'm doing like
Shout
just
out to the army, dude.
I'm doing like V-ups, doing it just, but that shit's like just hard to keep up with 100 each day, just because
Hmm.
I need to find a routine of where to fit it in. So it's not
Hmm.
like, oh fuck, like yesterday I only did 40 push-ups. I'm not like, oh god damn it, I may as well just fucking quit. Like I didn't get 100 yesterday. Why would I keep going? Like where can I put the other 60? Why am I not achieving it? What's going on here?
Yeah, but like if you had set out to achieve 100 and you didn't,
Yep.
a lot of people would say, "Oh, I just am not cut out for this," because their
Yeah.
goal
Yeah.
is too high. That's
Yeah.
what they're doing when they see these jack dudes and think they're going to turn that way in, a month.
Yeah.
It's like,
Right.
bro, most of these physiques take years to build. You don't know who's like, if you're just starting off, you're probably natural. You don't know who's on, juice at the gym.
Oh, dude, I saw a dude in the gym today on juice. His forearms were the biggest forearms I ever seen. They were like when he was just standing here, they were peeping above like his bicep. Like when he
Oh,
just
dude,
like,
I
oh my
seen I
god.
seen a dude at Crunch. This dude looked like a whole cloud, a massive individual. And I was talking to my friend there, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that dude is on, test, HGH, insulin, all this shit." And like, insulin is dangerous. It's very anabolic, but like, if I shoot insulin, I don't eat right, I'm dead. Like literally, I'm gonna die. So like, but as a beginner, I'm not even thinking that he's gonna take that. I'm just comparing myself to this guy that
Yep.
has all this chemical help that I'm not seeing, and it's not factoring into my expectations
Or
of what
even
I can achieve.
genetic help.
Genetics, yeah,
Yeah.
like everyone has like a certain, like where their body's comfortable,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like Trevor, yours is like,
Probably
150
180.
to yeah,
Like
160 to 180.
healthy, yeah, healthy, like healthy me should probably be around 180. That's where I'm trying to go at. But I
Yeah,
don't want to be like with some fat on me. I want to be like 10% at 180.
but you're like a naturally lean guy though.
Not 10%,
Like
probably 15.
even if you put
Yeah.
on some fat, it wouldn't look that much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like
And
those
like
people
being
that
this lean, I think I thought of this today. Being this lean, like if I had a little more fat, I might get some like on my face. Like I always have these circles. Always. You can't see them. Always have dark circles under my eyes. Always. Don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm too lean. I just thought about that today. It honestly
oh
could be.
yeah. If you don't have fat in your face, you look mad old, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, that could be it.
Like, look at Willem Dafoe. That dude's looked 90 since fucking the first Spider-Man, bro. It's just because he's like lean as fuck.
Hmm.
What Brandon, what are some things you do to help achieve your goals? Like I write mine down on a board. I try to think of them every day somehow. What do you do?
Writing them down is good, and I always tell myself I need to, and unfortunately, I never do. I have like
Get you
two
a
journals and a planner
get you a whiteboard,
and
bro.
multiple pens, and but I don't write it down like I should. I only have a couple of goals right now, keeping it simple. Um, First goal, I guess this isn't really a specific goal, but I've been going to the gym, so I'm just gonna keep that goal up. I want to see how big I can get, you know, in a year. Just like see what I can progress to.
We could get you
Um,
big in a year if you want, dude.
yeah, I'd like to do that naturally
Oh, never mind then.
first, and
Never
then
mind.
want to see where I can get naturally first.
No, full disclosure, I'm on steroids right now, so I'm impartial to it. But go ahead, Brandon. I just thought we should get that out of the way.
Yeah, on
What a
top of
piece
getting
of
big,
shit.
I want to buy a house this year. I want to buy our next house.
Yeah, my
Ready
house
to
is in
upgrade?
like I'm planning like 2 years hopefully.
Yeah,
Why do you want to upgrade so bad?
we've been here for a few years, and it's a nice house, but uh,
It is a nice house.
You
I would like an
outgrow
extra
it.
bedroom or even just an extra like office room, like just a little bit extra space.
That's
And
what we're doing too. Yeah.
Because you don't have
yeah,
an office right now, right?
Yeah.
Like you're in the
No.
garage.
no, yeah, I'm in
Yeah.
the garage. Actually, we do have an office. We swapped some rooms around, so we don't have a guest room anymore. Now we have an office room, and
That's
Madeline has
good.
like
Bro.
a little climbing playset in there, so
Good,
she
bro.
can
Fuck everyone else.
get her. Yeah,
Fuck the guests. Let's sleep on the floor.
yeah. We just kind of decided to like we're over having guests at our house now, and if they want to come over, they can sleep on the couch. If not, they can get their own
Odds
hotel
are,
room.
yeah. Odds are, if they're sleeping the night, they're probably pretty fucked up anyway.
I'm planning to sleep on the couch.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't need a guest. If I'm drunk, bro, I don't need a damn guest bedroom, dude.
No, I'll fall
I
asleep
know, I
anyway.
just
Lay
need the
me on the
floor.
floor.
Right
Yeah,
there.
put me on the bench in the garage, bro. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Damn. But yeah, how do you like, because I've been working hard to think about these in my everyday actions. Like, why am I doing this when in a year and a half I want to be like this? You know what I'm saying? Do you try and think of shit like that every day?
What, like, you
I
mean
feel
when
like
you
that's
take,
pretty
like, why are you
anxiety-inducing.
taking actions? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, no, like, yeah, exactly. Why aren't I? Why aren't I? Like, when I'm trying to fall off, when I'm trying to like play video games, it's kind of made it hard to relax. Not gonna lie, but it's where the burnout comes. You know?
Yeah, for me, like, I've spent the last few months taking in a lot of information. Like, cause like I
Yeah.
want to buy a second house, right? And I want to rent this house out. So I'm looking into, like, I've been doing a lot of research of rental properties, and that's one of my goals. But what started to prevent me from getting to my goal is I think that I'm not knowledgeable enough yet. So I just want to learn as much as I can, watch as much YouTube videos as I can about the subject before I take action, because I'm afraid to mess up.
Yeah.
When really I'm in a really good spot right now to start something. And if I mess up, well, then I learn from the mistakes. So,
Facts.
the biggest thing is take action, and it doesn't have to be big action. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Like my first action was um, texting my realtor and seeing if we could have lunch. Like, hey, I just want to, like, ask you some questions. Like, this is what I'm thinking about doing. I want to see what's on the market. That was my first action to getting closer to my goal. You know what I mean? It's all about taking
That shit
little
feels
steps.
good too when you like get done with
Yeah.
that. You're like, oh hell yeah! Like
It's
yesterday, I
like
called a couple
1% a
people.
day.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
I think you got to have a way too to like measure your progress.
Yeah.
Like when I go to the gym, right? I have a logbook, right? So each workout, I know that the last time I did this weight. I can add 10 pounds to it, and I know that if I'm, increasing the load on my muscle, then I'm going to grow. So it's like, it's a no-brainer, dude. I think too, you also have to have some skin in the game, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like with any goal, like something that'll really like push you when you don't want. Like every time I don't want to go to the gym, right? That happens to everyone. But I'm like, okay, dude, I'm fucking taking these drugs to get bigger, and then I don't go to the gym. Like that's just ridiculous. Like what's even the point of it? You know what I mean? You know? So it's like Trevor. If we were trying to do all this shit with our real estate shit, right? But we didn't spend any money on it.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Any money.
But like, what? How are you gonna make any money, and how are you gonna expect to get anywhere? Like, you're gonna go nowhere. And the biggest thing I had to run into was like, dude, last month I spent like $100 on food. Why can I not spend $100 on figuring out how to make money online? This is insane. What is my problem? Let me just try it for a month. Just because it's a subscription plan for a whole month doesn't mean you have to do more than 1 month. Why don't I just try it for a month?
That
I've
is
heard
what
too that's a good, like, sorry, there's a good kind of, it's almost like a survival technique where if you do take that $100 and you don't spend it on food and you put it towards something and you're like, I'm not going to eat until I make some fucking money online. You know what I mean? And then you go into like survival mode. Like, I need to figure out a way to make money.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I heard. I don't know if you know Robert Kiyosaki. He's the Rich Dad Poor Dad author. But he had an example of that. It's like when you put everything on the line. You ever heard the quote "burn the boats"?
No.
Oh.
It's like, it basically means like putting all of your everything on the line. Like you're putting all of your eggs in one basket. Like you're only hoping on success. That's the only outcome.
Yeah.
If you're not going to succeed, then you're going to die.
Exactly. That's honestly how I feel, because if I go back into doing the 9 to 5 or something like that into a different career like that, I don't see myself coming out on top at all. I see me going
Yeah,
back to being depressed and back to wanting
Yeah.
to commit suicide.
we
So
we
this is
could
literally do or die.
we could get AMPs in a month, Trevor, and get jobs right after. But like, would we be happy with that?
Yeah, exactly.
I know I wouldn't, bro. Who the
You know,
fuck?
9 to 5s are not designed for you to succeed.
No,
It's like
those are
It's
designed for
only
designed.
designed. You
business.
get your little promotions every year or whatever, and that's like if that's what you're looking forward to, that's fucking sad.
It's
You know what I mean?
almost designed to keep you there.
Yeah.
It is.
Like,
Oh, it
Be here
is.
one more
We're
year,
gonna
we'll
give
give you
you
a little
just
more
enough.
money. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll give
yeah,
you just enough to keep you coming back.
or like then you buy a house and then you have a family and it's like, okay, well now you can't really leave. They got you
Yeah.
right where they want you.
American dream, dude. Have a
Fuck
family, have a
no,
house.
bro. I
Come
I
on.
place such a value on freedom, bro. Like that to me trumps everything. Like
Even being
having a
able to wake up when I want.
to wake up, like the little things, like being in the army makes you appreciate just little shit like that, right?
Yeah, dude.
Like
Oh
okay,
yeah.
I sleep in an extra hour, right? It doesn't matter. I can go to the gym and at 9 or 10 and be just fine. Like I place and like no one's fucking telling me what to do. Like
Hmm.
I despise being told what to do by people that like I can tell or they don't have my best interest in mind. Like if Trevor told me to do something, I wouldn't have a problem doing it, right? But like
Good.
if it was my boss, I would be like, bro, fuck off, dude.
Yeah.
Like, cause it's some bullshit. They're like, oh, go wipe. I don't even know. Go wipe this table. Like fucking forget
So,
about it, dude.
bro,
Because it's because I
chill,
know I'm not seeing
relax.
anything from that.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm feeling good
Damn.
though, dude. What's so damn funny, Trevor? You got something fucking
Chill,
laughing at?
dude. Chill over there, dude.
Sorry, it's the drugs talking, bro. It makes me confident. It makes me fucking pumped up though, dude.
Yeah, no, you get a little excited over there.
Bro, you
Yeah.
know me though. I'm a fucking energetic guy about shit that I'm passionate about, bro. I remember when I was in ALC, we were debating letting soldiers smoke weed, bro.
Oh.
And I was like super about it, and this fucking, you got the wet blankets that are like, oh, I'm just not ready for it. And it's like, bro, fuck you, dude. Like, you don't have to be ready. Just don't do it. Like, I can't do something because you're not ready for it. What?
Mhm.
This is
What?
America, bro. What? What?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Yeah,
What the
Trevor,
hell?
you can't drive 5 miles over the speed limit because it makes me uncomfortable.
Well, chew glass
That's
then.
the law.
Dude,
Well,
it
that's
made
the
the
law.
COVID thing,
Well,
bro.
that's the law.
That's the law, bro. Like, that was a shitty example.
No, you can do
Yeah, that
whatever
was
you
a
want.
Or
bad
like
one, man.
COVID,
Calm
bro.
down. That was a bad one.
You
Just calm down. Get your head straight.
you have to
Listen.
okay. I have to wear a mask because you would be uncomfortable if I didn't have one on. That's the better one.
Say, look, hello?
Like, fuck you, bro. Like, you can't tell me what to do. Like just because you are uncomfortable by me existing, that sounds like your problem, bro.
Yeah. I think people don't. People think that their problems are more important than everyone else's problems,
Yeah.
Everyone has problems, bro.
and it's like, I could call
I love
you a
bad bitches.
name,
That's my fucking problem.
but it's up to you how you take that information. I can call you a douchebag, and you
Yeah.
could get offended by it and be like, "Why am I a douchebag?" Because you might be a douchebag,
Dude, one
but
of the
like,
things.
you're the one getting offended by it. You're the one that took that information, took it offensively, and now you're heated and your fucking skin's boiling. Like, just control your emotions.
Good
You know?
example, dude. Happened to me today. I played my first game of pickup basketball at the LA Fitness, bro. I played my heart out there, bro. I wanted to win the fucking game. But for some reason, the other four people didn't give a shit. And for some reason, I was the one kicked off when we lost. And I left.
For some reason.
I left after. And I was like, bro, this is some bullshit. I should be playing that fucking game. Why are they telling me I can't play? Fuck them. And then I was like, well, I do suck, and I don't
And
know,
your mouth.
any of the rules. So, I mean, if I got better, they're not going to kick me off. And
Were you,
that game
Right.
doesn't matter anyway, so I could just come back tomorrow play another one.
and like the way we would play at the shop is like totally how you would not
Dude.
play anywhere else, bro.
I was trying. I was trying my best, dude.
It's fucking tough, bro. I'm used to just
Dude.
pushing people.
Bro, the biggest thing.
Yeah,
So
people break bones when we play
yeah, bro.
basketball.
Like I'm
Motherfucker,
throwing
dude.
bows. I'm like, you're catching a fucking bow if you're playing with me in the streets.
Playing
Like,
street ball.
yeah.
Or be like Miguel, bro. I went up for a layup one time, right? And I fucking feel like on the back of my arm, like someone's beard, like a 5 o'clock shadow. And fucking, I look over, and Miguel is like, like I fucking, well,
I
dude,
do
ate
see-
my sweaty ass arm, bro. I didn't even make it. It was all
Well,
for nothing, dude.
Bro, my team wasn't even doing good. Like, if I was passing to them, they missed every pass I gave them. Why am I passing anyone?
Were you
But I'm trying to
talking
win.
shit?
No,
No.
I don't know what shit to talk. Like in hockey, I would talk shit because I know what you're doing wrong. In basketball, I don't know what's wrong and what's right, so I'm not gonna talk shit.
You
Just make fun of everything they're doing.
So the last score, the dude, it was my guy. He was coming in and he did a layup, and I blocked him pretty well. Like my hands were up, and he had to go like around my hands and do a little spin. It was a pretty good layup in my opinion. And one of the guys on his team was like, come on, youngin, or some shit like that. I was like, what? He's like, come on. It's like, what did I do? Was I supposed to foul him? I don't know what a foul is. Like, I told him, I was like, dude, this is my first game. What are you trying to tell me? Like, just say it. Whatever you're trying to say it. And he never said anything. He just said, come on. So
Come on.
maybe I was doing something right, to be honest. And I just
He's
got
probably
beat
just-
because the other guy was better. But
He was
come
just
on.
testing you.
but come on.
Come on.
I mean, come on. I'm just trying to play some ball. Hey, and I am slick at the 3-point line, bro. Don't
Get
catch
the
me
fuck
at
outta
the three,
here.
bro.
Hey.
I'm telling you right now.
I cannot shoot a 3-point shot to save my life.
The biggest problem is I don't know the movements. Like in the offensive zone, where do I go? Like where am I? Like am I going on the
To the
ball?
basket.
Hello.
Well, like you're not running plays at the LA Fitness though. You just kind of do whatever.
I think they're trying to tell me to, and I don't know what they're saying.
Oh, they'd be like cut middle.
Yeah,
I'd be
bro.
like,
They'll be saying shit, and I'm like, or like they'll
what?
Middle.
like point or some shit. I'm like, all right, and then I run to him, and then he like just walks away from me, and I don't have the ball, and he misses the shot.
Just imagine you like
What
Michael
the fuck
Scott
is
in the
that?
office.
Yeah, bro, exactly.
Yeah.
Fucking
More like
throwing the ball way
more
over
like
the
the
hoop.
white Schrute, bro. Catch me with the mask on.
Oh, I had one of them in karate, bro.
Wait till I smack just a splash, bro. Right on in there, bro. Just wait. Give me one chance.
One splash, bro. That's all you need.
Bang!
Ugh.
What are some things you do for fun, Brandon? That's my biggest problem is finding a way to relax.
Oh. To relax.
Because now I'm
Don't
in
do
this
much of that
mentality where
nowadays.
I'm in this mentality where I'm trying to win, but
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get burnt out like I did in the army, so I'm trying to relax.
Right.
I feel
Like
bad
what's
for
your
relaxing.
like what's my vice
Yeah,
to get away?
nicotine.
Yeah, a little bit of nicotine helps. I don't like watch much TV anymore.
I started watching, and I don't
Huh?
know if it helps or doesn't help. I started watching. So like me and
Yeah, like
Madison will watch
I'm at the point
episode.
I stopped watching TV for a while, and now I kind of watch it here and there, but not nearly as much as I used to. But I mean, mainly just reading. Honestly,
What you been reading, man?
that's what eases my mind. I gotta tell you, actually, Amanda got this book called Atomic Habits by
Oh, I heard
James
of that.
Clear.
Yeah, I heard.
And
Of
that's perfect for our previous conversation because we were talking about making small changes, right? Like make 1% change a day, eventually you're going to be 100% change. You know, you will reach that new level. And that's kind of I haven't read the book, but from what I understand, it's all about making those little changes.
Yeah.
That gets you closer to your goal. You don't have to go, balls deep and like you said, eating chicken and broccoli and and going ham in the gym, like just small steps to get you closer to that goal.
And realize
So
those
that's a
small
really good
steps are
one.
getting you better.
What did you say?
So then realizing those small steps are actually getting you there. Like you're actually
Yeah.
seeing the progress and you actually know. Like maybe you're not seeing the progress. You just have to know if I just keep doing this, I'm gonna be all right. It sucks. It
Hmm.
may suck, but in 6 months, where am I gonna be? That's the biggest
Yeah.
thing Kevin taught me. Like, how many times have I chosen something to do and stuck with it for 30 days?
Yeah, it's a
Jim's a good one.
purpose.
But
I
like,
think it's a purpose thing, dude.
yeah, even like the podcast, that's how we started. Like, what if we just did a podcast for a year? Like, just do it. What's
Yeah.
gonna happen? Where are we gonna come out on top? Now, this morning, I end up running into Matthew Cox at the gym because I'm in the podcast realm and I know what's going on. Like,
Us podcasters, we're fucking
like
tight.
Yeah.
we the hope.
Yeah.
Tight.
A small
We
world.
really, it really
Yeah.
does seem like it though. Every podcaster I've hit up to try and get on the show or anything, they're just friendly, nice people. You know. Just,
Oh, bro, a lot of people have them now, bro, and it's like,
yeah.
like to me, if someone tells me they do a podcast and I check them out and they have more than 5 episodes, they could have one, let's say. To me, that says that they know how difficult it is to actually do a podcast.
Yep.
Because it's very like
Yeah.
like it's easy to come on and like rant for 5 minutes, right? But it's like, how do you have an interesting show for, in like Joe Rogan's case, 3 hours, you know?
Yeah, that's why I
Right.
can't do the 3 hours.
Like they respect
Yeah.
it. Well, yeah, the thing with Joe Rogan too is like he's got these guests that have like super interesting lives, bro.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
and they're most of them. Yeah, you're right. They have so much experience in whatever they're talking about.
yeah, like if we could get one of the characters from Lost, I'm sure we could have a 3-hour episode.
Bro, that's what I was. Dude, that's what I was. This Matthew Cox is basically Sawyer from Lost. He's like the real life Sawyer.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude. I think
I'm
so.
struggling with Sawyer, bro. Like I'm liking him more. I've just got done with season 1. But like initially, I'm like, bro, why is this dude such a
Dude,
douchebag for no reason?
You're gonna
He reminded
love,
me.
dude. You're gonna love Sawyer.
He reminded me of someone from First Battalion in the first fucking few episodes, bro. Like needlessly confrontational.
Yeah, yeah. Wait till you get through his background story and shit, bro. You're gonna love it.
Brandon, have you seen Lost?
No.
Oh, dude, it's
No,
a
I have
good
not.
show. It's a
What
good
do
show.
you watch?
I
You
hear
said
that.
you
I
watch
hear
TV.
that.
What do you watch?
What do I watch? A lot of Disney movies right now.
Oh yeah, put it up. What's your favorite
Yeah.
one, dude? Mine's Hercules.
Hercules.
No.
Hercules or Pinocchio? They're up there.
Well, we're watching newer Disney movies. She hasn't seen any like old like Lion King or anything like that. But we watched
What are you
fucking.
doing?
I feel like that's something that she needs to watch when she's older. That way she can actually
Yeah,
like understand and
that's why I
respect
yeah,
the movie and why it's so
yeah.
good. You know
I
what I
wish
mean?
I did watch
Like,
it
'cause-
when I was older. You're right.
Because like right now she just
Yeah.
watches like she
Frozen.
watches Disney movies, but they're mostly like musicals.
Yeah, Frozen.
You know what I
and
mean?
shit.
They're not really like teaching moments. They're just kind of like Frozen's a good one and Kanto. They're good movies, but they're just the reason why she's so entertained is because they're musicals.
Dude, that's why I love Hercules. Like, yeah, Hercules is just so different from everyone else and struggles with it. Like, it's just
Yeah.
such a great movie.
I like Ratatouille.
Actually,
I don't
good one.
identify with it at all like you do with Hercules, but
I've never heard. Yeah, I haven't watched it in my adult years.
It
I
makes
like
me
that.
hungry whenever I watch that movie.
Oh, piss.
bro, you remember I was talking about this with someone, bro. Fucking Super Size Me. You remember that movie?
Oh, that's an old one.
That's
No.
the one where the dude ate nothing but McDonald's for 1 month. Like all 3 meals. About died, right?
Mm.
And they
Mhm.
played it for us in high school. It's like it was in our health class. But all that made me want to do was eat fucking McDonald's. Like I got out the class and got some fucking McNuggets, bro.
Yeah, I should look good as fuck.
Let me get
Dude,
some of that.
swear. Have you seen that shit, Trevor?
Dude, there's a second one too.
Yo, it's so bad, bro. Like when they ask him if he wants to supersize it, he has to say yes. And so he'd
Like
be
some
like eating
OCD
these
thing.
fries, and it's like fucking a foot of French fry. Like, bro,
Jesus.
breakfast, lunch, and dinner, bro. I don't know. It made me fucking hungry. It had the opposite effect on me.
Oh.
Oh no. It was fun though.
But yeah,
Oh,
what else?
some more
Yeah, what
shit
else
I've
you been
been
watching?
watching though. Did you ever get the Gaia channel?
I did. I actually canceled it because we started watching series instead. We didn't start watching like
Mm,
we started like we're watching like Dexter right now. We're gonna be Breaking
hmm.
Bad after that. Before this was like
Did a new
Falcon and
Dexter
Winter.
come out?
Yeah, it's like a sequel thing with his kid. I think it's
Oh,
like him training his kid now. I'm not sure,
okay.
but yeah. So we don't. What do you watch on Gaia?
One that's really interesting. So I like music. I'm musically inclined. I play guitar, and there's a show on there called The Sound of Truth, and it's a like a 10 episode series, I think. And I'm probably just a few episodes in, but it kind of like relates how music is to life, like and how I don't know, like think of a piano, like you have different octaves, you have different notes, and all of those are like kind of different energies that you go through with life. Um,
Heard that, dude. Like you absorb energy from music.
yeah, and it gets
That's
into
got to be
like
why like Bach was able to do it, and Beethoven being deaf and shit. That's
yeah,
got to be
like
why they're
different
able to do it.
frequencies kind of put you in different moods.
Yeah, yeah, for
Though they
sure.
they have YouTube videos. It's like be like a hertz thing. It'd be like
Yeah,
550 hertz.
yeah. I used to watch
Yeah,
Yeah.
those. Yeah,
And it'll like make you fucking happy. And all the comments are so nice to you. They're like, if you're struggling, I hope you make it through,
yeah, yeah.
Super cool, bro.
yeah,
But I think it's so interesting. I've heard of people on Twitter, they're like, only listen to music without lyrics for a month and see what your mindset changes like.
mm,
Ooh, I might have to
Which,
do that.
yeah,
Like
like nothing with lyrics.
classical music in the gym.
Something
right.
with
Because
like
you're
some
you're
trumpets or
not
something.
taking in like information that's programming you how to feel or how to think. It's really you're just feeling the music and the mood of the music.
Yeah, and like a lot of the music that we listen to, I mean, I know I do, but it's about like fucking drugs and like fucking hoes and shit. Like it's not
Right.
Yeah.
it's not behavior that I would say is,
Black 23, but didn't play for the Bulls.
yeah, like what? How? I don't know. I could see how it would change your mindset if you hear about, shooting
Yeah.
people because they don't like they look at you funny.
Right.
But
Without
like,
without lyrics for a month, I feel like that would open your mind up a lot more.
Yeah, I might
yeah,
try that in the gym tomorrow.
I
Yeah,
was
that sounds like a
thinking
good
about
idea.
it. I don't know. I like going to the
Bro,
fucking.
Beethoven's like what is it?
I just love drugs and
Boom, boom, boom,
I
boom,
don't know,
boom,
and
bro.
killing
boom,
Drake's
people.
boom.
songs are catchy and they're fun to listen to, bro. Not the most
I don't fuck.
upstanding moral guy, but like,
I don't fuck with his songs too much.
who is? Yes, you do,
I
Trent. You
only do
just
like only the ones that Tommy comes to me with. Shout out to Tommy.
because those are the good ones, bro. Shout out to Tommy, bro. Hope
Yeah,
he's doing well.
yeah, yeah.
Anyway, bro, yeah. Only like classical music and like instrumentals, like guitar and whatnot, bro.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say that, Brandon. One of my things I saw it on Twitter somewhere was just add 30 minutes of something to your day, and I chose piano. I'm gonna try and learn
Hey,
piano. Yeah.
that's awesome, man.
Not kept up with it too well, but first couple days I did, learned a couple, and realized how easy it is to learn at least. So
Yeah.
then I'm
That's
thinking
good, dude.
about
30 minutes, just get on there and fuck around on it.
yeah, within the
And
next
like
couple of
you'll
years.
teach yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I'd like to within the next couple of years learn a language, and I was thinking I might
Mm,
just learn how to read music, 'cause that's like the whole language itself.
like sheet music.
Yeah, yeah, like Beethoven,
Yeah.
classical music.
I never learned how to read. Like I could like figure it out if I
Yeah,
looked
I
at it,
can't
but I
read
never
either.
really learned how to read it.
I did actually. I took piano lessons as a kid, and I was really good at it. Actually, I don't know why I stopped, but that was a good time.
I was thinking about picking up a trumpet again. I played the trumpet for probably 9 years in school. It just kind of sucks because it's not like an instrument you can play quiet. Like
Just like here,
everyone's
yeah.
gonna. Yeah, like I can't just sit in my fucking office here and bust
Sure
out
you
some
can,
fucking
dude. Play that shit proudly.
Fuck everybody. Well,
Right.
It's so
my neighbor here,
loud, bro.
literally the person that lives behind this wall works from home, and I hear her phone ringing like nonstop. So I'm just like,
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Exactly.
Yeah, bro. Wake up the neighbors, dude. I was doing that. So like my neighbors are one of my neighbors, they stay in the same house. One of them is like 60 and one of them is like 90, bro. This lady's old as
My
hell.
boy Randy.
Shout out to Randy, bro.
My
The truth.
boy.
But he stays with his mom, and his mom is old, bro. And I was like in my car with Floor last night listening to some music, and I was like playing some shit loud as fuck. And she's like, "You got to turn that down. They're asleep." I'm like, "Yeah, it's 7:30. They probably are fucking asleep right now."
Be
I
nice
don't
to your
know.
neighbors, Kev.
I try. I'm a pretty considerate neighbor, all things considered. Like, I need to mow my lawn more, but like, whatever, bro. It's not an HOA. Fuck you.
When you have to say all things considered,
Yeah.
All
when you
things.
actually,
Well,
All
who
things
you
considered,
show
what?
me a
Considering
perfect
you're on
neighbor,
drugs
bro.
right now?
yeah,
You're just
Bro,
pissed off
Randy, you
all the
don't
time?
fucking see none of that. The only thing Randy's fucking has to bitch about is that I smoke out there sometimes. But he smokes too. So like you forfeit the right to complain about the smell when you also smoke.
hmm
That's what I think.
Yeah.
No, but
freedom.
he got nothing to bitch about, bro. People are not coming over here doing all kinds, especially with the neighbor one door over, bro. That's the problem house, dude. That's
Mm.
where he was like, "Did you hear about what happened to her?" It's like a few months ago, right? And I was like, "No, what?" Fucking overdosed on fentanyl, died, bro. Yeah,
Gone.
gone, bro. That shit's
Oh
so scary,
my
dude.
God. Well, fuck. What is it? What's the Narcan?
Narcan.
We
I was
talked
thinking
about it
about
on
getting
the
some of
other.
that. Yeah.
We talked about it on the other episode. My, I guess cousin-in-law.
Fucking.
She's a
Sometimes you need more
firefighter.
than one, though, dude.
She's a firefighter in like the worst county in the world, bro. Pasco County. It's like one of the 3 counties. I think it's the first one of the 3 that you're allowed to have a med card because it's that bad. It's like
Dude,
half of the dudes are on Adderall
Floor
because they
said
just fucking can't
she's
take
had
it.
to Narcan people like 3 or 4 times, bro.
Yeah, bro. They just and it's free, so like people will go fucking overdose and then just
She says people are so pissed though. Like they'll be so high and then they're just sober, right?
yeah,
And like if
wow.
they're that high, they probably hurt themselves. Like they probably
Yeah,
fallen over or whatever.
right.
But like
You broken a
these
bone or something.
these fucking drugs people are on are so crazy, bro. Like people will sneak drugs into the hospital. Like Flora's telling me she had a dude that was in there for like a day already. Walks past a day later, and he's like overdosing in the hospital. Like she had to like call a
Wow.
code blue, which is like a huge thing in a hospital. That's like someone's dying right now. Everyone rushes in. She Narcans him and like brings him back to life.
Maybe
I'm like,
that's
bro, that is fucking insane, dude.
Yeah.
Tommy sent us a message.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna go
Is
look at
it
this shit real quick.
is it good or bad?
That's why I'm gonna go look at it right quick.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I gotta
Hope
log
he's
in.
doing well, bro. Don't read it out loud though. That's
No,
kind of a breach of
I got a
privacy.
message.
Who you got a message from, bro? My mom.
Yeah, mama.
Yeah, she says hello.
Well, your
Oh, your
mom just
mom is
texted me.
nice.
She asked me what I was wearing.
Oh,
Wait a minute. She just texted me that too.
Oh,
Good old
so
classics, bro.
while he's reading that message, Kev, do you got any goals?
I have a few. None that I would consider really be like a New Year's resolution,
Oh my god.
but some of mine, like I don't really have like I want to be, you know, 240 and shredded, right? I just
hmm
like I want to be better than I was last year. Like I want to be leaner with more muscle mass than I was last year. I want to make more money
Yeah.
than I did last year. I would like to have, a more enlightened perspective than I do last year.
hmm
It's like a bunch of little shit. It's like because I can achieve that every time I go to the gym, and lift more weights than I did the day before, right? Or I make money in a way that I couldn't last year, or I make more than I did last year. It's
hmm
like little shit like that.
We,
Like personal wise, like trying to be more. I don't know. Like I'm a very like generous, giving person, right? But a lot of the times I'll fucking do that with wrong people, you know?
mm
Like it's like easy for people to take advantage of it, you know.
Yeah.
Um, Not really though. Like if I end the year and I'm like making more than I did last year, I'm stronger than I was last year, and I'm like mentally happier with where I'm at, I think I'll be happy with that. But I don't have
Yeah.
like a specific like, if I'm not 240, then I'm just gonna be
Yeah.
upset.
Yeah, that's how I feel with the gym too. Like I don't have a goal weight or a goal number or anything. I really want to see what I can accomplish in a year if I do go consistently. And if
It's
I can
kind of
see,
crazy, yeah.
yeah, if I can see what changes I can make in a year, then I have like kind of a base. So, okay, this is where I started, this is where I'm at. I can add if I do decide to get some extra help, I can see where that takes me from there or whatever, you know what I mean? But yeah, going
It's a
consistently
fun
to the
thing
gym, I think
though.
is,
It's
yeah.
fun to see what your body's capable of. Like I was looking at pictures of me when I first started getting into fitness, like when I was just trying to lose a bunch of weight pretty much. But like seeing pictures of me then versus pictures of me now, it's like I'm well ahead of where I was, you know. But like if
Hmm.
I had set a goal that was just completely unachievable, then I would see it as a failure. When I haven't failed to achieve a goal. Like I've still made, remarkable progress. But I was only able to do that because I didn't set one large goal. I just said, I don't care where I am. I just want to progress in
Yeah.
any regard.
Hmm.
So that I think
Yeah.
makes it a little bit easier and just like having a sense of purpose. Like I think it's a lot harder to get burned out when you're working to something that's actually important to you. Like I think Trevor can make
Yeah.
websites all day, every day because it's important to him and he knows why he's doing
Hmm.
it. But
Yeah.
if I sat Trevor in a hangar and told him to wrench on aircraft all day, it would be a problem because it's like, okay, there's no real reason for it, you know? Like when you were
Right.
deployed,
Right.
you were working your absolute ass off, right?
You knew, yeah,
That's
yeah. That's the best.
you
That's one of
knew
the
you
best
knew
feelings in the
why.
world, bro. Let me tell you something.
Yeah, there was no getting burnt out overseas because you were doing it for a reason and you could see it, you know?
Hmm.
There
Yeah.
was no question about why. But like when I left the army, right? That was a major reason why. It was like, well, we weren't deployed, right? So we were just training pretty much. But it
Hmm.
was all this extra shit that we had to do, because people still need those OER bullets. And it was just like, okay, we're doing this, we're flying more than we ever have, right? But we're not deployed for most of the year. So where is all this hard work going?
Hmm.
And it's like, well, I don't have a purpose in that. Like, there's no real reason. Why am I working here? Like,
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know.
harder to have a purpose when especially when you're doing it for something that doesn't ultimately affect you. Whereas, like, if it's your own business and you can see that the steps you're taking is you're seeing that increase in income or whatever aspect in your business, you can see that it's growing. I feel like that is easier. You have more purpose in that because you can see drastic effects in your actions, like when you take steps. You know what I mean?
You're building something too. Like,
Yeah.
if we're building a thing that can make websites, right? Like, we can sell the agency whenever, right? But like, I'm not working to build anything if I'm in the army just wrenching on aircraft for no reason.
Hmm.
It's like work for the sake of work.
Yeah.
That
Unless you
that's how
feel,
you get burnt out,
yeah,
man.
unless you feel the purpose of the country. Like I
Do you
think, I think us catching on to like the politics and the government and everything, like that's if I didn't do that as early as I did, I would have stayed in the military because I did feel
Oh,
like
well, yeah.
I was fighting for a cause,
Well, thank
and then
God
I
you
feel,
fucking found that out, dude.
yeah, exactly,
Like, I wouldn't want to die for a country that hates me
yeah,
because I'm white, bro. Fuck
yeah,
you.
exactly, bro.
But if you have a purpose, I don't think you can really get burned out. You think the Spartans got burnt out? Like,
No.
do you think,
You ain't got that option, bro.
do you think the Romans got built out? You think Genghis Khan got burnt out, bro? I don't think so.
Didn't he have like 1,000 children?
I heard like 8% of Asians are related to that guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
That dude
if
that dude
that
fucks.
Bro, if he didn't get burnt out, bro, who has the energy to fuck that much and to have like all this war and all this shit going on?
That man ain't get burnt out.
And he ain't have no Adderall. He didn't even have Tylenol. He didn't have a spice cabinet, bro.
Gotta give it to him. He did not get burnt out.
Yeah, bro. He didn't have nothing, and he didn't get burnt out, bro. You're not getting burnt out because you're working too much. You're getting burnt out because you're working too much on the wrong thing, bro.
Yep. That's what I was saying. Like I could sit here and, like you said, do websites. Yesterday I did it for like 8 hours.
And like working, bro.
Yeah, like figuring shit out constantly for 8 hours. Like it.
Don't flash that
so
shit
good.
up. That money throwing.
But I do gotta go figure some shit out. So we're gonna have to cut it here.
Yeah, it's about that time.
Yeah, Brandon, thank you so much, man. We definitely got to do more. Keep the circle
Of course,
going,
man.
Our circle's kind of divided up a little bit right now, but we'll be all right.
Well, life happens.
Yeah, exactly. We're doing shit.
We will reconvene.
It is cool though. Like we talked 4 months ago, and what was it you were talking about? I think it was just getting into the gym, and now 4 months later.
Yeah.
Hearing that you actually did.
Now I'm a consistent gym goer.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it's cool to even see on this end. So
that pumps me up, bro.
Yeah, no, it really
does.
Thanks,
man. I appreciate it.
It does feel good.
Thanks, guys.
So, like we said earlier, Brandon, I'm proud of you. Proud of you, even for
Thanks,
the conversation you were talking about earlier with your father. That takes some nuts. So proud of you. That's hard to do, and hope to get you on again, man.
Yeah, sure thing, man.
Yeah, peace.